Hi, and welcome back to my little video diary on my recovery from an unaliving attempt. We're 3 weeks in now, and it's up and down. Everything's kind of up and down. I'm feeling great one day, bad the next. I don't know what's going on with the relationship. I just don't know. I thought we'd be in a different spot now. I thought we'd perhaps be back together, or... Yeah, I really thought we would be back together by now. So this is all new territory for me. This is uncharted territory. I wasn't expecting this. So I've been forced to really look at myself and go, okay, for the first time in a way ever, like, this is time for you to do your own thing and value yourself, and just be independent. And I was certainly very codependent with Laura, as she was with me. I mean, she didn't ask me to do this, but I gave up my career of my own accord to help build this thing together. I was on the track to... I've composed movies for, God, like 20 years, and that was my trajectory. And to be honest, I love doing it in London, but then when I moved to America, it's a different vibe here, and I was not enjoying it. I felt like it took over everything, the 20-hour days and sleeping at the studio, and I just felt like, do I really want this life? So I've kind of done that now. I did a lot. I've done like 50 films. You can see my IMDb. It's like from Moulin Rouge to Ocean's 11, 12, 13, Transformers, Predator, King Kong, Zoolander, 2 James Bond films. What else? I'm always looking at that to see if it's going. I feel like I miss Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, Megamind. Remember that one? So I've done a lot of that, and I felt even with that, I was sort of spinning my wheels at the end. So it's time to do something new. It's time to stand on my own 2 feet and not rely on Laura's writing and genius comedy stuff. I've got to do something on my own, which is scary. But I feel like you guys have been so supportive. Because you've been so supportive that, I mean, it's given me real motivation to keep going in this direction. And like I said in the previous video, I can't go back to a normal job now because everyone knows that I had a mental breakdown online. I probably couldn't even do a film anymore, not that I want to, because who's going to trust a nut job? So the exciting thing is, it's open in front of me. It's like the world is my oyster, really. I've got a few ideas. So I'm going to talk you through this with me, because why don't we do it together? I mean, you're like my extended family at this point. It's like I do chat to you every day, and you've given me some amazing advice. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I did not expect to be here now. I think I'm sort of realizing that I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. And it's sad and scary, but also exciting. And yeah, we've been separated for way longer than I thought we would be. So who knows? And then I'm missing England. I want to go back there. I talked to my mum and dad today. That was really, really great to hear them again. And I always want to go back when I speak to them. And they're coming out at Christmas, but that's ages. But then I can't leave because I take Alfie to school every morning. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? How could you go and I suppose I could take Alfie with me, but I don't know about. Oh, it's so confusing. I definitely want to go back to England and see the parents and see England again. My friend said after I'd had the episode, he was like, "You need to go back to the UK just for a little while and just smell the smells and see the colours." And that stuck with me. I'm like, yeah, that probably would be amazing. Because I'm in a foreign land. I'm an alien in a foreign land, as well as, and that doesn't help the feeling of being apart from, the feeling of not fitting in. I live in a different country, it's a completely different culture. And the funny thing is, I didn't think that the culture difference would be that much in a relationship, but it was actually a lot. The difference between English and American culture is way more than I thought. And there are things that are very different. And it's funny because we speak the same language, we look the same. But I think that Europeans are very different from Americans. We have different values. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I am saying that it's different. Like Europeans are a bit more tolerant of sex and that kind of, when I was a kid, the national newspaper on page 3 had a different woman every day, topless. That was what it was like growing up in England. So that stuff is very normalized, but you would never have that in America. Whereas in America, you don't mind the violence and the guns and stuff that so much. But in England, we are very prudish about that. So that's a big difference. Prudish is a weird way to put it. I should have said prudish about the sex stuff. That's one difference. What other difference is there? I feel like there's a lot of just little things that are different. I'd say America is way more friendlier. I think England is people are a bit more straight talking, but they can also be unfriendly, like especially in London. And that's something that's good about America. Everyone sort of seems more friendly. But I feel like the friendships that I established in Europe were a little bit deeper than the friendships I had here. Actually, a lot deeper. So there's that. Yeah. I love America because it's so big and like there's just like loads of countries in one country. But I miss in Europe, you can literally go to other countries in a short amount of time. And I love America because it gave me, I became a citizen. I've got a dual citizenship and I didn't have to, but I wanted to because I do love it here. I love America. I love Americans. It's also the sort of, it's the hub of culture, isn't it? It's like the world follows American culture. Whether you like it or not, it does. America sets the tone when it comes to films and music. Perhaps London, perhaps England and America are the same. But, culture, just culturally, I think we all look to America. And so it's like the center of everything in LA, especially for entertainment. And the weather is amazing in California, but then you don't see any seasons. So when I'm missing the rain. I haven't seen rain you only get rain like one time a year here. So there's all these things, and you don't think that they're important, but they are. It's good to go back to your roots. It's good for me to go back to my roots. Ireland as well. I miss Ireland. My dad's Irish, and we used to go every year. So I'm feeling homesick right now. And yeah, I thought this would all be sorted by now. Alfie has got, he's lost his voice. He's got a cough and he's lost his voice. This poor little guy. But he's fine. He's completely normal, except he can't, like he talks and he goes, Daddy, big car, Daddy, big car. So sweet. And I took him to the doctor today. And he's like, the minute he sees a nurse or a doctor, he's like, bye-bye, Alfie, bye-bye. He's so dramatic. But he did well. He hates anything to do with the doctor. I'm the same. I totally get it. But she looked in his ears and she listened to his chest, and it's croup, which is common. He probably got it from school. So he's got... they put him on he's got to have medication for 3 days. And it's great. I give him responsibilities now. Like when we go out, he has jobs. Like he has to pay with the credit card. So I give him the credit card. He puts it in the machine and waits for it to go through and takes it out. He has to carry at least one bag because I feel like he gives him a sense of self-esteem. He looks really proud of himself when he has a little job to do. So I give him a job every time. And what does he do? The credit card, he throws away the rubbish. He finds the bin, throws away the rubbish. So yeah, we went to Starbucks, had crisps and water and a double espresso. And the double espresso was for Alfie. I think that's okay. Double espresso is okay for a 3-year-old, right? I'm joking! So that's been the day so far. I've got EMDR in an hour. I'm not looking forward to it. It's so hellish. Trauma therapy, so I've got that. So that's going to be a couple of hours, and then I've got this group that I've been invited to, which is like hard to be invited to apparently. And it's a group of like guys that I know from the rooms of AA. And they sort of just get together and support each other with like life stuff. It's actually amazing. I went there 2 weeks ago as a guest and they liked me, so they invited me back. So that's good. So that in the evening. I'm finishing a piece of music now that I really like. Yeah, so it's a weird time. I feel sort of numb. I feel numb because life hasn't gone how I wanted it to or how I planned it to. But I do believe in God, I believe in a higher power, and I know that whatever's happening is for a reason. I do believe that. And I'm starting to get glimpses of what the next step is, but I need to make another video about that because there's lots of ideas. Making content, I'm loving. I love this. It's so amazing. I love connecting with you. I loved it. I go on TikTok live far too much because it's like talking to my mates. So yeah, if you're not following me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok because I do lives all the time. But I do like these really long lives. Like when I can't sleep, I go on TikTok live and I'll be on there for like 2 hours. I don't even realize. And it's just like chatting. I feel like I've never tried YouTube Live, but TikTok Live is definitely very different from Facebook Live. I went on Facebook Live today as well. And that was nice. I was expecting a load of hate, but everyone was just really nice. So yeah, life is full of surprises. We'll see. Let's speak tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk about something else. Sorry, that was a bit weird ending, wasn't it? I feel like I'm just so confused at the moment. So I need to sort through stuff in my head, and I'm nervous about the EMDR. It's in the back of my head. We're going to have to visit the traumatic event, which I'm going to go into, obviously. I tell you guys everything. So join me again tomorrow at 10 a.m. I love you guys.